Hey everybody, Jim Davis along with the Buckeye Boy. This is the Dugout, our little video version of our show. The Jim Davis Show, weekday mornings 7 to 10 on the Team Sports Network. All right, busy time right now. You have the Nuggets who won last night. The Blue Arrow. Jamal Murray, he does it far better than I do.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray going nuts in the fourth quarter. Hit 8 straight shots, scores 21 of his 24 points in the fourth quarter last night. Nuggets take down the Spurs. But I think last night with the shorter rotation, seemed like the Nuggets, at least for the first 3 quarters, it almost looked like it was going to end up being like Saturday night. Mm-hmm. But then they kind of kicked into the fourth quarter. Jokic played much better. I thought kind of keep the game within striking distance. I thought that Paul Millsap did a nice job in the first half. Gary Harris has been great the first 2 games. But it was Jamal Murray delivering big in the fourth quarter last night.
Yeah, Paul Millsap, odd as it is for me to say, has been the most consistent Nugget the first 2 games. I mean, Jamal Murray really had a bad game 1, had a bad first 3 quarters of game 2.
He was 0 for 8 last night.
He was 0 for 8 last night, and he finally figured it out in the fourth quarter. He shot himself out of the slump, and it turned out to be a great night for Jamal Murray. Paul Millsap's been playing really well. You mentioned Nikola Jokic. I think his game 2, even though it was only a double-double, a much better
more
impactful game than his triple-double in game 1. That was an accumulation triple-double.
And look, I think Gary Harris has been great the first 2 games of this series as well. So Nuggets Thursday night, 6:35 on the team. We move over to their hockey brethren, the Colorado Avalanche, though neither one of these guys play for the Avalanche anymore. But the Avs with the way Cale Makar played the other night, what a debut for Cale Makar with the goal that he had for the Avalanche. And Nathan McKinnon has been red hot. He has clearly outplayed Johnny Gaudreau for the Calgary Flames so far in this series. But the Avs have been outstanding, putting a lot of shots on net on Mike Smith. They got to Smith. We had Connor McGahey with us on the show that does the games on Altitude Radio on the team. And so just put enough shots on Mike Smith, eventually he's going to crack, and that's what we saw the other night.
Yeah, and the Avs penalty, the power play has really come around too. Mm-hmm. First 10 chances in Calgary, they've 0 for 10. The last 7, they've scored 3 out of the last 7 power play opportunities. All 3 of those goals coming off the stick of 29.
All right, so we'll have the Avalanche and Calgary tonight on the Team Sports Network. Pregame starts at 7:35. And finally, they've been able to get the X-Wing fighters off the ground. The force is finally with the Colorado Rockies. That pop that you heard the other day was, to quote Chris Hanks of Colorado Mesa, their heads coming out of their backsides, finally giving their pitchers some run support. John Gray was outstanding last night. Yes, he did set a National League record with his 16th straight game, giving up a home run. But Gray Wolf pitched well last night. Arenado's been on a tear. They've started to get some things turned around after this just disastrous Titanic-like start.
14 runs in 2 games at Petco Park, of all places, where the Rockies usually average, I don't know, a run a game, it feels
against
like.
a good Padres team.
Yeah, against a decent Padres team. They still lead the division. Let you know how far behind the 8 ball the Rockies were. They're still in last place by 2 games, and they're on a 3-game winning streak. And so that's kind of how far behind the 8 ball they've been. They scored their first inning runs last night against San Diego, recording this on a Wednesday. That game on Tuesday night, that was Nolan Arenado's blast. Homer for 28 on his 28th birthday. Pretty decent.
Not bad for Nolan.
3 games in a row for Nolan Noel now.
Yeah, so the Rockies starting to put some things together as they welcome in the beloved here in the Grand Valley, Bryce Harper, and the Philadelphia Phillies coming in this weekend to Coors Field. Also, we want to take a moment to congratulate Trudy England. She was the winner of our Brackapalooza contest, brought to you by Taco John's and Simpson Brothers Garage. So congratulations to Trudy England on winning our bracket contest. Way to go, Trudy. And now your husband is now known as Mr. Trudy England. Not Guru Gary. Not until the end of this month, and we'll go back to calling Gary that. All right. Yeah, well, I know you want to stay the entire year. End of the month, we're going to give the guy a break here, okay? All right, make sure you check out our show, Spotify, also iTunes. Check out the Ryan Harris interview we did earlier today in the 9 o'clock hour. Some great stuff on free agency, the draft, just some awesome stuff with Ryan Harris, who, of course, played for the Broncos in Super Bowl 50. Spotify, iTunes, or our website, theteam1340.com. We'll see you next time.